Having Chris around as FCA chaplain, he's pretty much priceless. Just seeing him interact with the players and just being on the road with us. A great example is that we have 6 a.m. runs, in the off season, winter workouts, and there's snow on the ground, and it's 6 a.m. and Chris is out there with us, and he's just cheering us along. And guys see that, they see his desire, to be with us, at all times, and just to encourage us. And the chapels that he does pre-game, and just being with us in the weight room, just on a day-to-day basis, really, it's a great just testimony for Christ, and he really shows Christ's love in a very servant, like way, and he's just a great guy. I can't imagine him not being around.
Having Chris around has absolutely saved me. He's been able to help me through hard times and talk about certain things within FCA meetings that you don't get to talk about every single day, especially being in college, because so many different issues arise, like being here and being around certain things and influences that may be good or bad. And him being able to have the experiences that he's had and being so open about it and knowing that he's going to help you through it and be honest with you about it, and him not judge you upon the decisions you've made or want to make, it means the world to me, and I know it means the world to a lot of other athletes here. And I just think in general, knowing that someone's there that's gonna always be there for you it means the world when you're in college, because you don't have that always.
I think he brings a lot of Christian principles and a lot of things to help us as athletes on the spiritual side of life. He helps us make it through difficult times, tough situations. It works together to help us balance our life.
I think it's really important to have a chaplain, especially on call as much as Chris is. We can call him anytime, especially playing baseball, especially during baseball season, whenever we're playing on Sundays, and most of the time we're at the park from 9 o'clock in the morning anywhere to 6, 7 at night, so that doesn't leave a whole lot of time for church, and it just gives us a chance to gather with fellow Christians and teammates and just hear the Word of God and just pretty much fellowship with each other. And it's really important on out-of-town trips too, because there's really no time at all for church or anything, but he's always around and always someone you can count on.
He's been through the road that we've been through. He knows the struggles, and he's just a person that's been saved and is trying to help us out.
I think it's really important to have Chris and FCA on campus, because there are so many struggles with athletics, with classes, and with just college life in general. It's nice to have somebody that's been through it, that you can talk about all the things that you might face and the things you go through, and sharing a faith with somebody that's been through it and can help you makes a big difference.
Having Chris on campus helps out a lot. It's just somebody you can go talk to. If you don't want to talk to your parents, maybe you got in trouble. For example, I got in trouble a few weeks ago. I didn't know who to talk to. Should I go to my coaches? Should I go to my friends? Should I go to my parents? Which usually are the people I go to, but not this time. I had to find somebody else, and Chris always travels with the football team, so I talked to him, and he helped me out a lot and told me about this Monday night. And I called Barlowe, which was a teammate of mine. Told me, hey, just come down. We just sit down and talk. Anything you want to talk about, he'll give you some insight. Other student athletes will help you out. It's not just all about read the Bible. He's not like that. He understands where we're coming from. He's been in our position not long ago, so I think he's doing a real good job, and every campus needs somebody like Chris.
If there's any situations that do pop up, or you miss your parents, or you're homesick, or you're just struggling in school or whatever, obviously you get your academic support, but come here and you get just support that you wouldn't get anywhere else. Most everybody is away from home, and it's just nice having someone who will talk to you, who will pray with you.
And the important thing about Chris being around is just the fact that he's there all the time for any issues that any players have. I know just from a personal experience, there have been times when I've had to call him with questions or issues. He's met me at 6 a.m. for breakfast. We've met before practice. He's there at practice. He's just a guy that cares. He was a former athlete, So he understands what athletes go through on a day-to-day basis with school and football and any other aspects of their life. And just having him around is something that I think will benefit Louisville athletics for years to come.
I've seen Chris touch many people's lives, including myself, as far as other players, other coaches, and I've really learned a lot from having Chris around. He has been somebody who has reached into my life and allowed me to find Christ, and I'm really grateful for everything he's done for me, and I've learned not only a lot about Christ and how he can work into my life, but I've also learned about how I can apply those types of things to things going on in my life and how to connect with people.
One of the biggest things that I've enjoyed since I've been here at the University of Louisville is the fact that we do have the Bible study for not only the coaches, but for the athletes. But on the coaches side of it, it's helped me tremendously, being that we all as coaches travel so much during the week, recruiting and or track meets or football games. I personally will be the first to admit that I'm not always able to get to church on Sundays, and that for me, spiritually, I need it. Spiritually, not only in the biblical sense, but in the fellowship sense. That for me allows my Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, whatever day it is, to flow with the right mindset, having God first, spirituality mixed within me and personally, and at the same time having to go on the outside in my coaching life.
I think it's impossible to separate Christianity from great leadership. On the same hand, I think it's impossible to separate great leadership from a successful athletic program. So Chris kind of helps us merge all three of those. And no matter what person he interacts with, he adds value to that person. Whether it's just listening, whether it's providing guidance, or whether it's helping that person find God's plan for them in their life. And Chris has had a great impact in changing the culture here already at the University of Louisville. And you know, it's an ongoing process. He's going to be an extremely integral part of that process the whole way through.
He just has brought a lot of light to our team and to us as a coaching staff. I think it's just been really encouraging and just really very humbling for all of us to learn how to be better coaches.
I believe the importance of having him around here has been very instrumental in kind of the development of our players, of our coaches. You know, he brings a very calming effect to him. You're talking about a guy that's played college football. I believe he played at Campbellsville. So when he comes into a room, you understand that he's played this game, he's been around this game, he knows this game. He's kind of walked in the same shoes that we all have walked in some capacity. And again, you know, for coaches wise, again, he brings a very calming effect, someone that we can talk to about some off the field things. He doesn't prejudge. You know, he's got great faith about him and a great energy about him, and you can tell that when he walks into a room. And the same thing for our players. You know, he's someone that says a lot of the same things and pushes some of the same messages that the coaches are trying to push to the kids and the players, but he does it in a different way, in a different format, you know, in a different form, if you will. And I think that our players understand that. So I know they certainly enjoy having him around, and he's a great benefit to our program.
Even though I don't deal with varsity student athletes like the other coaches, last year over 17,000 different students, faculty, and staff participated in sports programs here on our own campus. FCA has just a tremendous opportunity to influence so many people that you may not typically associate with FCA outreach, just by being on campus and by being visible and by all these people knowing that they're around. So thank you for being here tonight. I think what you're looking to support here is important and has much more potential for impact and outreach than you may realize. Thank you very much.